Hi children, in the previous chapter we have already learned the introduction to MS Excel. We know what is a worksheet, what are workbooks, what is a cell, and we have already learned rows, columns, how to browse through these cells and all the shortcuts used there. Now in this chapter, that is page 124 of your textbook, we are going to learn editing cells in Excel. That is, when we work more, that is in an advanced stage, when we work in Excel, there is a requirement or there is a need for us to work with a group of cells. We need to group the cells and work on it. So this is when you need to know how to select those group of cells, name them, and then edit it. So first is selecting cells. So first of all, you need to know what is a range. A range is a block of contiguous cells, so it can be either contiguous, that is continuous cells, or non-contiguous range. So what is a contiguous or what is a continuous range of cells? So a range is a block of cells. So when these block or when these cells are selected adjacent to each other, or when we want a continuous group of cells to be a block or a range, it is called a contiguous range of cells. And when the cells are non-contiguous, they're just random cells from here and there, irregular block of cells which are not adjacent to each other, they are called non-contiguous range of cells. So basically there are three methods to select range that is contiguous, or to select a group of cells that is contiguous. We have three methods. So the first method is, as you can see here, I have a lot of data. Okay, so if I want to select a group of cells that are continuous, say from the first cell, this is A1. Okay, you can see the name of the cell here in the name box is A1. This is how we refer this cell. So suppose I want to select from this cell 10 rows. Okay, say 10 rows till you see the number 40 here, the cell there. So what is that cell name? If you click on it, you can see that. See, so I'm going to click on this cell. Okay, so you see this is G10. So in the name box, the name of the cell appears as G10. So I want to select from A1 to G10 continuous. This is my contiguous group of cells. So this range is contiguous. So what I do is I first place my cell, the upper leftmost cell, okay, A1, and then I press the shift key. I hold down the shift key and I will just click on the G10, this cell. So the entire range of cell gets selected. You can see here. Okay, now the second method is again to select A1 or the upper left cell of my range, and then I can use the arrow keys in my keyboard and I can go down and up. See, I will select here, use the arrow keys and go down, okay, till my 10th row, till here, till G10. So this is the way to select. I still press my shift key. Okay, my shift key is there, hold down, and then I use the arrow keys. Now the third method is nothing but to just select the cell again and then drag the mouse diagonally opposite to the lower right cell of the range, that is to G10. So if you drag the mouse like this, you'll be able to select the group of cells. So these are the three methods used to select contiguous range of cells. Now suppose I want to select a group of cells, say from the middle. Okay, so I want to select, you see, from say from the 10th row, and I have a huge data here. See, I can scroll down and I have a lot of data. So suppose I want to select a range of cells like that is not in my view. That is, when I open the first page, you can see only 23 rows are there in the first page. So if I want to select a group of cells that is not in my view, say in the 40th row, okay, till the from row 10 to row 40, all the cells I want to select. So you can see that I cannot see row 40, or it is out of my view. So when I want to select a group or a range of cells or block of cells that is out of my view, what I do here is I will select the first row, say from row 10. Okay, this is where I want to start selection. This is cell I want to select, and then what I do is, see, this is A10, so I select A10, and then what I do is I go to my keyboard and I press F8. Now F8 is the extend indicator. You can see down on the status bar, extend selection appears. So if I press F8 from my keyboard, the extend selection appears in the status bar, and then you can easily scroll down. You can just scroll down and you can select your row wherever you wanted to till 40C. I selected till G40, and this it gets selected very easily. You don't have to drag, or it will be very difficult otherwise to drag and scroll and drag together so simultaneously. So this is why we use the extend indicator F8, and it became very easy for us. And again, you can just press F8 once more, and then the indicator down, it disappears. Okay, now we're going to learn three shortcuts. It is how to select an entire column, an entire row, and an entire worksheet. So how to select an entire column. So suppose I want to select my column B. So I can either go to the column heading here and just press on column B, and the entire column gets selected. Or suppose I'm in the middle of some page, okay, and suppose here, and I just want to select, I'm at this cell, I'm working out, and I just want to select the entire column. So what I do is I have a shortcut, Control plus spacebar. So when I press Control plus spacebar from my keyboard, the entire column gets selected. So see, so this is how the entire column gets selected if I press Control plus spacebar. And similarly, you have the same method to select the rows, entire row. You can either press on the row heading, row 23 or row 25, or what you can do is you have another shortcut. Suppose you're in the middle of some row, you can press Shift plus spacebar. So the shortcut is Shift plus spacebar to select the entire row, and the entire row gets selected. So kids, we learned how to select the entire row and the entire column. So now we'll use this method to learn how to select non-contiguous range of cells. We already learned three methods in the beginning to select the group of cells or the range that was adjacent, or that the blocks of cells were continuous. Now here we are going to learn how to select the cells which are non-contiguous, which are not continuous, random cells, irregular blocks of cells. So suppose I want to select only the odd numbers of row, okay, and make it as a group like 1, 3, 5, 7. So what I do is I press row 1 here, I select the entire row by clicking here, or I can click Shift plus spacebar and select the entire row, and then I press Control key. The Control key I hold on, and then I select 3, 5, 7, and any random cells here. You see, any irregular cells can be selected like this, because the Control key is hold, and you're just selecting any cells that you want to make a group. So whenever I select this particular range, all these cells appears in that group of or in that range of cells. So this is the way how to select non-contiguous range of cells. Now we're going to learn how to select the entire worksheet. Already learned to either press this button over here, that is the upper leftmost button, or we have a shortcut that is Control plus A to select the entire worksheet. So this is all